Yo! What's happening, y'all? Another day, another you, another me. I wanted to start today off by taking a good look at this game that Soup just put out. He's got a video on it already, but it really has my it really has my spidey senses, my my meta thoughts and all the other stuff spiking. I'm very, very much interested in this shenanigans here. So there was one game that he played specifically versus Columinati, which went really well for him. I will download that game. But there's actually, apparently there's a couple of these Odin games where he tries this stuff. So I want to take a little bit of a look at some of these games and see what's going wrong, what's going right as he's learned through it. Just against like the stronger players. Because he ran Odin a bunch trying to learn all of this. Maybe this one here would be interesting as well. So he's playing a whole bunch of Heimdall with a whole bunch of rushes. In particular, this one here has really piqued my interest. Because it brings us back to some of the like super how do I say this? It brings us back to the super old days of the Norse mirror, in that the games would end in like 2 seconds. So let's just watch some of these quickly. It's going to be all the same, and then we'll jump into some games afterwards. I want to have this in my tool belt because this is really, really cool. So this is the one that he put the video out on. So let's look at a whole bunch of these other ones. So, Soup's doing something that I actually did. I had this build on Legacy, which was basically put all my gatherers onto gold and then move them over onto the deer. But what Soup does is he's going to go for, he's going to go for 2 dwarves onto the gold. As well. So he's going to have a really, really nice economy. In fact, he's going to have 3 dwarves for the gold. And you don't really need more than 3 dwarves for gold, as long as you're not going for raiding cavalry. This is like kind of more than enough, and you can kind of just go all into gatherers anyways. Though that being said, if you go Heimdall, you might want to be making Ironhurry and things like that. But you'll see he gets this dwarf out next. He's got a whole video on this, so you guys can definitely go and check it out. And then he'll just run forward. So he's going for the what's it called? The herding. Didn't use Great Hunt, which is probably a slight mistake. Dropping Great Hunt makes a lot of sense here. On the other side here, we've got the stock standard kind of low-key theory in this matchup is, well, let's just play defense but have a little bit of economy going. But this is a really late advance time for the Loki. And there's going to be some problems that arise here. Because of Undermine. As you can see, the temple coming up. Nothing in this main base really gives away that this rush is coming either. The only thing that's going to be super obvious if there's a rush coming or not is like not seeing the ox carts. But even at this point, it's too late for Izamato to adapt. He's almost lost his berserk as well. But it's too late for him to adapt here. He's already grabbed pickaxe. He can't pull out of the pickaxe build. He needs to get himself up to the wood. Make sure he gets the food in. And basically here, Soup's plan is to get 1 final dwarf, and then he should be able to advance. He even brings some dwarves off of gold and puts them onto pigs just because it's a very tight advance time, as you can see. Actually, it's not that tight. He's up 42 food here. Maybe he doesn't even need to go onto the pigs. You can get a little bit more gold income, but it doesn't really matter all that much. And then after this, all you need is just a handful of villagers on wood to be able to throw your house down. And you can start pumping out Hersa and looking for early attacks. Now, this is going to work for Odin, Thor, and Freyr. Obviously, Freyr and Thor are going to have slower food gather rates, so they might not be able to... Well, actually, with that 40 plus food there, I think there very well might be enough food. Oh, maybe not. What's the difference? 0.09 versus 0.99. So each villager is gathering Let's just call it 0.1 food a second. So every 10 seconds, that's 1 food. It might not be enough. Hey, Ryan. How you going, man? It might not be enough. And we did see the undermine comes down onto the Sentry Tower. House gets taken out. There is the temple already up. But Izamard is not even advanced here. And the really interesting thing about this idea is you don't actually need an extra military building. You can just keep pumping Hersa out of the temple for a little bit until you're good to go. And you can also, worst comes to worst, use a villager in your main base to build a house while you're attacking. You don't have to worry too much. He does drop it on the front there. But yeah, this is like... This idea is insane. And you can also do this with Freya as well. In fact, Freya might even be better in certain matchups for the fact that you get the Valkyrie out to hit villages, you got the Forest Fire, and all the other good stuff. This is also something that Thor can do, but we already kind of know that Thor can do this with Freya as well. And yeah, so easy wins. But I think the idea here for Soup is that he wants to actually just rush and part of the idea here is that you don't actually need an extra military building, which means it's a very natural opening to get pressure on, and then you can pull back and get a town center, which is what we saw in this game here on his YouTube channel. So we'll check out this one. Alrighty. Let's speed up.
El Boit.
I see. He uses the dwarf to... that was probably a mistake.
Tilbuin.
Ja. Tilbuin.
Yeah, so just charges forward. And here's the thing about ISIS. A lot of ISIS players are still doing the 430 advance time, which is pretty good in a lot of matchups, but I actually don't know if it should be your stock standard build. I got a couple of I got an ISIS build to show off. Maybe we'll show that one off after this game, but I just want to see how consistent Soup is with this build, because it's super tight. I assume it's super tight here, but it's looking like he's just nailing it perfectly every time. Yeah, and he nails it with about 40 food over every single time. So I'm not even sure gathering this goat is super necessary. But anyways. Be interested to see if he goes for this town center idea or not. Yes, I know. I said Soup made it. I said it already. You're late, Aaron! If you guys want to watch Soup talking about this, you should go and check it out. He's got a thing on his YouTube channel. It's a very, very cool idea for Odin. Now, I guess the question I've got here is how does this fare against Kronos? Of course, the problem is gonna... dead villager. You should really not lose a villager here. Ever. Against this. This is super late advance time. But you should never lose a villager because you've got the priest healing. Not the worst defense in the world. Lost one villager and a whole bunch of idle time, but technically speaking, this is sort of fine for Benny. I wouldn't be unhappy in this position as the ISIS. You're completely fine here. You just have to make Axeman. Because you know that he's advanced so quickly that he's not going to have anything other than... This is a way overbuilding on the barracks, but you know he's not going to have any answers for a whole bunch of Axemen. And we just need to make sure he's not grabbing a town center. And then we're just going to play for, like, ISIS strong points. But I really, really like this this idea versus Egyptian here for Odin, because you're forcing defensive serpents. The only issue is the forward temple, which is going to be a weak point, and you have to sack it to some degree. And yeah, town center coming up, and basically Benny needs to be here. And, well, he does get over here, so this is really, really good for him. Does deny the town center, and Soup actually has to delete that one. So that's good. And then it's just, you're just playing. So down 5 villages at 7 minutes. And you're in a, yeah, this is super interesting. Kind of a bad decision to go here. Should just jump onto the chickens, because otherwise you have idle town center time and all the other stuff there. But denying the town center is obviously, if he gets the town center up, where you're probably in a really, really bad position. But yeah, this is where you get him back, because his base is built really poorly from the forward temple, and putting the houses forward means your Nubites should be able to get around and get some value, though it doesn't get a villager pick, which is a little unfortunate. So my question here is, how does Soup get around the big problem, which is basically going to be the gold mine? Now, my idea against Egyptian is to effectively just play walls around whatever gold mine you want to be going for second. So here we're going to be walling this off, walls, and maybe put a tower behind it. And that scares off the Egyptian player enough that we can then get to the heroic age, and we can make like frost giants and things like that. But maybe he can just win the fight. This is not ideal. A Nubite's hard unit to use, man. Hard unit to use. Just like the Tengu, I recommend turning off the Anubite special. I got this new Fandangle hotkey. I just hit that hotkey and I can just turn off my special attacks immediately. But even after all that early game, like it's still kind of close. I'll show off the ISIS, an ISIS build, or an Egyptian build that I come up with. I'll show it off with Ra. That'll be interesting. Show you off a build with Ra that I've been fiddling around with. Maybe we'll try play some games with that. Yeah, Soup's gotten through the worst of it because he's not going to hit on his gold mine. I think if this gold mine was out in the middle of the map... Benny doesn't even know. If this gold mine was out in the middle of the map, he would have some troubles here. Because he'd be forced to have to take a fight that he doesn't want to take. Which is going to always be the issue with Norse versus Egyptian. I could find with the spearman, but... too little too late, isn't it? You almost have to take the fight. You just get over there. Yeah, do you have an armory up? No armory upgrades. Now here you're going to get scared of the town center. And you probably shouldn't be scared of the town center. Probably should just fight here. Otherwise you lose. Just charge in, try and kill him off and take out the town center. You have all the population. I think like you got to remember like town centers are only scary when there's not that many units. When you have like 150 pop, just go for it. Especially if he's elsewhere. Does Super have Riggs Tiller? Yeah, he's got Riggs Tiller and he's got Safeguard. So the town center was a little bit cheaper. But he got you here. But still, like this idea is really interesting. I do wonder how it goes with like Loki and Freyr. Alright. I show off like a little cheeky raw build that I've been messing around with. Yeah, this will do. That mining camp is too bad. I'm too triggered by the mining camp there. This map is really bad because reasons.
Maybe you refer, kids. You need to.
Alrighty. So just do this. Do this.
In which? No.
Over here. Requeue that. Now we can walk off. I'll just speed this up now. That's all that's difficult in the early game, and then everything else should just pop in. You might have to force drop a little bit, I don't know. Make sure you kill off the animals where you can, so you don't have to worry. 2 villages on gold. Yeah, we skip monument for the faster advance. Because, well, you'll see when I put it up. And it just depends. This is mostly the Kronos idea, but my new Kronos plan. I should have built an obelisk. It's fine.
And kids.
Oops. There you go. And we're up. Now we can come over here.
You need to.
And we can start looking for our Deuterinos. And we can also. So the thing is, if I was playing versus Kronos here, I would be trying to get the second priest out, right? Because he's going to deconstruct the temple, and then if he deconstructs the temple, I'm just going, oh, I might even build a priest out of my town center, and I'll just go for something else, you know? Because all I have to do is not take any real significant damage, and I'm good. Alternatively, we've got dropping monument here as well, right? Instead of getting the priest out. And now we're good to go. We can start getting other things. And then you can start working. Well, this priest could also come over here. So we're kind of okay. And you can also finish off your house wall as well. Don't have to have all the villages on gold. I don't know. I think this might be a nice try versus the old Kronos. It's obviously going to be a nice one versus some of the other gods as well. You get pickaxe, so your gold income is nice here as well. So it sets up for a fairly competitive town center if you want to go for that. Against Zeus, I would probably go for 1 or 2 villages later and get a monument and then just build the houses up. Because there's no... Like, I'll show you... Some other things you can... like, if you do this version... You can get the monument down, right? This is perfectly fine as well, but it's going to be slightly slower. I can't remember. I'll just do this here. It's going to be slightly slower, and you also want to get some obelisks up. Deconstructed doesn't... Yeah, so you get everything back if you get deconstructed. now we come back over to here, and we're going to work on our pickaxe after the next villager. Might be able to get it now, but I don't want to force drop. Oh, obelisks, etc. But this would be the reason why you're like fine against Zeus advancing quickly
He need to rig you Baya.
rather than say Kronos is because the hero has to walk all the way across the map. So I don't really mind. I'll wait for my my temple. Come back.
He need to. And we are you kids. He need to.
And we'll go for like a 4-minute advance. Something like that, right? Oops. And then we can do this, right? We can jump this guy onto this. Let me go slower.
Rig.
And then you can just throw houses up everywhere.
He need to kids. Rig kids. In which kids. He need to. Rig kids.
And you send them all back onto gold afterwards, right?
In kids Baya. Rig kids Baya. In kids Baya. In kids Baya.
And then you're sort of happy, right? That would be like a ultimate answer versus
In which
like the Greek, like someone rushing you, right? And you'd be able to scout it with the obelisks too. Wait, you're not working. Okay, apparently it's not going to work. Anyways. That would be one idea. I think I can get one villager faster here, but I was a bit slow on the gold for some reason. I think maybe it's 3 villagers on food and then the rest onto gold. Can't remember. Yeah, build order nerding is big king. Just give Egyptian more starting resources? Yeah, maybe. Does someone want to play me in a video game? Or should I play something else? I still have to look through these maps a little bit more. I got myself some updated owl maps. Let's play a Frozen Wastes one. Go me, Mr. Einherjarak. Any tips on Greek? I mean, it's a very vague question there, but the basic premise of Greek is get to the late game and then live the dream. That's the premise. So try and play nice defense and get to the late game. We're on Frozen Waste. He picks Ra. We do get Gaia, who's pretty decent into Ra. So this is a throwback to the olden days. So way back in the day, we played on Vubli, played Legacy, and this map was in the random map set. A lot of players loved it. It was really, really fun. Mate, Eric, what are you talking about? This is literally brand new. You haven't even seen it yet. You got no idea. This map is literally brand new. Got to get my upgrade. Got distracted. No. This frozen waste, the one you're looking at right now, is brand new. I haven't even looked at it before. This specific frozen waste. I was in the last DM tournament. I don't know, man. Actually, it might have been. I can't argue against El Matador. El Matador has played that tournament. I didn't even really realize it was going on.
Skopo Schwest.
Burek, Herjos, Yuji, Herjos, Mak. Osmos Intum.
What's over here?
Yuji.
Carter JJ, thanks for the raiding party, man. I hope your stream went well and you dominated all of the young bloods. Oh shit.
Burek. Esmak. Eke.
Huh.
Burek. Skopos. Burek.
Almost fucked up.
Mak.
Herr Joe Schwest.
Burek.
Let's go this way.
Skopos.
Her also Diat. Yuji.
Herr Mos Intam. Burek. Yuji Mos Intam.
Skopos.
Herr Joe Burek. Skopos.
Burek. Skopos. Herjos. Mak.
Hey Greek God, what's going on, man?
Bushkopos. Yuji. Burek.
Yuji Diat.
I should probably get some relics here. I wasn't really paying attention. Tusk of Dunk, Dankang. I'm not quite sure this is going to be much to grab. No. I need to get the hero. Actually, I do want to get another guy anyways. I will wander over to that hunt on the corner there.
Burek. Aken.
Herjos.
Mak.
Burek. Eschlost.
That's disappointing, isn't it?
Eschlost. Osto. Mak. Eschlost. Yuji. Osto. Burek.
Yuji. Aken. Mos Intam. Skopos. Aken. Diat. Herr Joes.
Yuji. Skopo. Eschlost. Burek. Mak. Yuji.
Yuji, Eschlost, Yuji, Mak,
I'm not building villages.
Yuji, Eschlost,
I suck!
Yuji, Eschlost, Mak, Mak,
Skopos. Herr Joes. Aken. Schwest.
Yuji. Eschlost. Yuji.
Erjos, Eschlost, Yuji, Mak,
Mak. Burek. Yuji. Mak.
Skopo, Eschlost, Yuji, Mak, Yuji, Yuji, Mak, Eschlost, Mak, Yuji,
Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Burek.
Yuji, Mak,
Eschlost. Yuji.
Yuji, Skopos,
Skopos. Yuji. Eschlost. Osto. Mak. Yuji.
Erjos, Eschlost, Mak,
Skopos. Burek.
Are we up against
Yuji,
a town center?
Skopos, Mak,
Yuji.
Yuji, Eschlost, Mak, Yuji,
Eschlost. Mak. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Mak. Eschlost.
Erjo, Eschlost, Mak,
Skopos. Yuji.
Skopos, Yuji, Eschlost,
Yuji. Mak. Yuji.
Yuji,
Burek. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji, Burek, Skopos, Mak. Yuji, Schloss.
Erjos.
Yuji.
Skopos, Eked. Yuji.
Burek, Yuji, Yuji. Skopos, Mak. Porofras. Burek, Yuji. Schloss.
Skopos. Eschlost. Yuge. Mak. Eschlost. Mak. Yuge. Mak. Eschlost. Yuge. Mak. Yuge. Eschlost.
Dude.
Mak.
I can't click on it.
Eschlost.
Yuji.
Burish Ost Schwest. Herr Joes. Yuji Schloss.
Skopos, Yuji. Burek. Skopos, Mak. Stille Smoke. Yuji. Porofras. Yuji. Skopos. Mak. Schloss. Mak. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Burek.
Yuji. Schwest.
Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Schloss. Burek. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Burek. Burek. Yuji. Burek. Stille Smoke. Yuji. Burek. Schloss.
Burek. Yuji.
You come forward here.
Aked.
Yuji. Burek. Mak. Schloss.
Herr Joes. Aked. Schwest.
Yuji. Skop. Burek. Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Mak. Schloss. Yuji. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Mak. Skop. Burek. Yuji. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Porofras. Mak. Yuji. Mak.
Burek Ost Schwest.
Schloss. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Stille. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Yuji. Schloss. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Yuji.
Erjos.
Burek. Mak. Yuji.
Mak.
Stille. Schloss. Yuji.
Burek.
Burek. Mak. Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Schloss. Yuji. 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 Mak. Schloss.
Ost
Burek.
Schwest.
Skopos. Yuji. Mak. Mak. Skopos. Yuji. Schloss.
Yuge. Yuge.
Herr Diot.
Erjos. Diat.
Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Schloss. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Burek. Mak. Yuji.
Erjos. Yuge.
Bure. Schloss. Ost. Schloss.
Yuji. Stille Smoke. Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Mak. Mak.
I think I might be.
Mak. Yuji. Yuji.
Schmack. Yuji. Schloss.
Burek. Skopos. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Yuji. Mak. Stille Smoke. Yuji. Yuji. Mak.
I think it might be heroic age time.
Most in
Yuji. Yuji. Schloss. Mak. Yuji. Mak. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Skop. Mak. Mak. Bur. Yuji. Schloss. Mak. Skopos. Yuji.
Wow, 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 wow.
Burek. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Burek.
Ma. Eschlost.
Yuji. Skopos. Mak. Burek. Yuji.
Yuji. Yuji. Esch Diot.
Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Mak. Yuji. Yuji. Burek. Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Burek. Skopos.
Skopos. Mak. Oso. Diat.
Mak. Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Schloss. Burek. Mak. Yuji. Schloss.
Aked. Schwest.
Skop. Yuji.
Burek. Most intem.
Burek. Skop. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Burek. Yuji. Mak. Skopos. Schloss.
Aked.
Burek.
Yuji. You most intem. Herr Joes. Aked. Schwest.
Burek.
Skopos. Schwest. Schwest.
Burek. Yuji. Mak. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji.
Burek. Aked. Schwest.
Yuji. Skopos. Mak. Yuji.
Yuji. Aked. Schwest.
Yuji. Schloss.
Burek. Mak. Diot. Os Eschlost. Aked. Aked.
Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Burek. Mak.
Yuji. Eked. Diat.
Herr Aked. Schwest. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Schwest.
Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Mak. Burek. Yuji. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Skopos, burek, schloss. Mak. Porofra. Schloss, mak. Yuji. Tilis moke.
Erjos. Uje. Shkmak. Uje. Boliat. Uje. Erjos.
Burek. Schloss. Mak. Burek. Yuji. Schloss. Skop. Yuji.
Uje.
Burek. Schloss. Skopos. Mak. Schloss. Yuji. Schmak. Porofras. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Yuji. Schmak. Yuji. Schloss. Mak. Schloss. Yuji. Mak. Skopos. Yuji. Burek. Yuji. Schloss. Burek. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Yuji. Schmak. Yuji. Schloss. Skopos. Mak.
Skopos. Uje.
Burek. Yuji.
Erjos. Esh. Uje.
Yuji. Tilis moke. Burek. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Skopos. Mak. Yuji. Yuji. Mak.
Eschlost.
Burek. Yuji. Skopos. Burek. Schloss. Porofras. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Mak.
Bur a catch fest.
Yuji. Schloss. Yuji. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Burek. Yuji.
All right.
Schloss. Yuji. Mak. Skopos. Burek. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Burek. Mak. Yuji. Yuji.
Bureg.
I'll get some more of these guys going.
Yuji. Schloss. Mak. Yuji. Mak. Schloss. Skop. Yuji. Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Burek. Yuji. Mak. Skopos. Schloss.
Eschlost. Mak.
Yuji. Burek. Yuji.
Skopos. Yuji.
Schloss. Skopos. Mak. Yuji. Schloss.
Uje.
Yuji. Mak.
Skopos. Yuji.
A catch. Mos intem.
Yuji.
Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Burek. Schloss. Skop. Yuji. Mak. Burek. Skopos. Yuji.
Bureg.
Burek. Tilis moke. Porofras.
Uje.
Yuji. Mak.
Yuji mak.
Burek. Yuji.
Burish osto.
Skopos. Eschlost.
Herjos.
Schloss. Mak. Schloss.
A catch fest.
Skopos.
Okay.
Burek. Yuji. Schloss. Tilis moke.
Erjos. Uje.
Mak.
Oh no! Don't run in there. Let's run away.
Mak. Schloss.
Let's heal up.
Skop. Schloss.
I think it's probably town center time or a fort or something like that.
Schloss. Yuji. Schloss. Mak. Yuji. Schmak. Yuji. Schloss. Por. Mak. Yuji. Tilis moke. Schmak. Yuji. Porofras. Skopos. Yuji. Schloss. Mak. Yuji. Schloss.
Uje. Mak. Skop. Eschlost. Uje. Erjos. Mak.
Burek. Yuji. Mak. Skopos. Yuji.
Yuji. Bureg. Diat.
Yuji. Schmak. Skopos. Yuji. Mak.
I think we run around this way to the gold mine. It's probably the best move, actually.
Skopos. Yuji. Burek.
Eschlost. Mak. Uje. Uje. Erjos. Mak. Eschlost. Skopos. Mak.
Skopos.
Uje. Uje.
Yuji. Mak.
Eschlost. Mak. Uje.
Schmak. Yuji. Schloss. Mak. Yuji.
Herr Joes.
Yuji. Eke dia.
Bure. Schloss. Yuji. Yuma. Bure. Dilis moke. Kopos. E poro fras. Eshu. Bure. Kopos. Yuji. Yuji. E poro fras. Kopos. Ma. Eshu. Ma. Yuji. Schloss. Ma. Yuji. Ma.
UJ.
Bure. Dilis. E poro fras. Yuji. Yuji. Kopos. Yuji. Dilis moke.
So Yuji.
Bure.
Esh UJ Mak.
Yuji.
Skopo. Osmak. Vine.
Yuji.
Burek. Eschwein.
Skopos, Yuji, Burek. Skopos, ma Schloss. Yuji, ma Burek, Eschma, Yuji, Skop, Yuji, ma Schloss. Ma Yuji, Eschma, Yuji. Eschloss, Yuji, ma Burek.
Jos. Osmak. Vayen.
Skopos, Yuji, Burek, Yuji, Yuji, Eschloss. Yuji, ma Yuji. Eschma, Yuji.
Burek. Yuji.
Bure.
Vayen.
Eshlo. Vine. Vine.
Yuji. Eke diat.
Skopo. Dia.
Skopos, Eschloss. Yuji,
Erjos.
I am just too obscure. Thanks for the 10 gifted subs, my dude. You legend.
ma Schloss.
I'm not winning the game on that.
Os Vayen.
Herr Joes.
So-
Yuji. Mak. Aken.
Let's
Burek. Eke diat.
Skopos, Eschloss.
let's get to the mythic age.
Skopos, G. Skopos, Yuji, Skopilis Moke. Yuji, Skopos, Yuji, Shma, Yuji, Shma, Yuji, Shlo, Bure. Yuji, Yuji, Shma, Skopos, Skopos, Eshlos, Yuji, Bur, Ma, Eshlos, Ma, Yuji, Ma,
And then I'll maybe rotate around while
Eshlos,
trying to hit something in the main base.
Skopos. Yuji, Yuji, Ma, Yuji.
So then he has to make a decision.
Shma, Yuji. Shma,
I also want a second temple.
Aken. Dia.
Skopos, Eshlos. Yuji, Shma. Eshlos. Yuji, Eshlos.
If I go, if I start walking this way, right, and I'll just maybe pop you around here.
Herr Joes. Skopos.
Yuji. Mos interjos.
Yuji. Yuji.
Mak. Yuji. Os diat.
Skopos, Yuji, Ma, Eshbure, Yuji, Ma, Eshlos.
Bur. Aken. Schwest.
Yuji, Shma, Yuji, Eshlos. Skop, Yuji,
Yuji. Osto.
Yuji,
Shmak.
Bure, Yuji,
Erjo. Yuji.
Skopos, Yuji, Ma, Yuji,
Burek. Eke.
Skop. Aken. Herr Joes. Burek. Aken.
Skopos, Yuji, Eshlos, Yuji, Ma, Esh, Yuji. Ma, Eshlos, Yuji, Ma, Yuji, Esh, Yuji, Ma, Eshlos. Yuji, Yuji, Ma, Eshlos,
UJ.
Ma,
Yuji. Aken. Dia.
Yuji, Skopos, Bure, Yuji, Shma, Yuji, Eshlos. Ma, Yuji, Ma, Eshlos, Ma, Yuji, Eshlos. Yuji, Ma, Eshlos. Ebilis Moke, Yuji, Shma, Esh, Yuji, Ma, Esh, Yuji. Ma, Yuji, Shma, Yuji. Ma. Bure, Eshlos. Ebilis Moke. Skop, Yuji, Ma, Esh, Yuji, Ma, Eshlos. Yuji, Skopos, Yuji, Yuji. Skopos, Yuji, Ma, Skopos, Bure, Yuji. E poro fras.
It's working well for us, I think.
Yuji. Eke. Erjo. Eke. Burek.
Yuji,
Yuji. Bur. Mak. Os dia.
Bure. Yuji, Eshlos.
GG. Don't I want the Tartarian? Well, I just want the Tartarian gate down. If my guy died, I wouldn't have had the line of sight on this side. I want the Tartarian gate somewhere it's going to do damage to him so that I can attack another position and kill that. Nerf Addy buff Ra. Yeah, I agree. This Ra God. What's the different eco? Kind of big. Wonder why he was so far behind on military though. Normally that's not the case. I guess he went to the heroic age, which you normally don't do. Normally you just spam military units if you're gonna do a 1 towns in a classical fight. And you overwhelm. Alrighty, let's play another one. Be-do-do-do-do-do-do. Someone play me on Haywire. Oh no, I don't mind. We'll just hang out. It's all good. How are the YouTube crew going at the moment? What have you guys been up to? What's new in your hood? Look at how close we spawned together. Oh. Candace, thanks for the kind words, man. We could do some casts as well. I haven't really been looking. Let's have a little look-see. That could be a fun one to cast. There's a Zeus versus Thor game, which looks really, really nice. From Crag Hack. I don't know who the other guy is though, and I can't pronounce his name. Who's this? 2-pack? Nah, surely that's not a good game. Oh, Firefox is here. Okay. Now you have to wonder, does he know what he's in for? You want me to play Odin? I don't know how. If I made more guides on YouTube, you'd be able to take me on. That's probably true. That's what I thought people would pick on this map, but I don't think it's going to matter. Okay.
Πρόσεχε, πρόσταγμα, τεκ, λέει ναι. Τεκ, μεταλλεύς.
Έτοιμος, φάνη, βούλομαι. Λέγε ορθάνη. Έτοιμος. Βουάνι. Ορθός. Έτοιμος. Λέγε πρόσταγμαν. Ορθάνη. Βουλάνι. Ορθός. Βούλομαι. Πάνι. Πρόσταγμα. Ορθάνη. Ορθός.
Έτοιμος. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε πάνι. Ορθός. Βούλομαι. Πάνι. Ορθός. Πάνι.
Yeah, God request is only on when I say it's on, and it's not on at the moment. So, get wrecked.
Λέγε βουλάνι. Βούλο. Πάνι. Ορθός. Βούλομαι. Πάνι. Ορθός. Βουλάνι. Ορθός. Βούλομαι. Λέγε πρόσταγμα. Ορθός. Βούλομαι. Πάνι. Ορθός. Βούλομαι. Βούλομαι. Πάνι. Ορθός. Πάνι. Βούλομαι. Πάνι. Έτοιμος. Ορθός.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Τέκτον. Λέγει μεταλλεύς.
Λέγε πρόσταγμα. Βουλάνι.
Έτοιμος.
Θηρευτής.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Ορθός. Πάνι.
Should be 2 more villages. Thanks, Lord T-Mac.
Λέγε έτοιμος.
Yeah, mini Eddie on this map would be dangerous, hey?
Πρόσεχε. Πρόσταγμα.
Θηρευτής.
Λέγει τέκτον.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλ. Βρυτόμος.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλεστο. Θηρευτής.
Έτοιμη. Πρόσταγμα.
Why are you still holding food when I picked you off?
Λέγε έστω. Μεταλλεύς.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Μεταλλεύς.
Έτοιμος. Λέγε πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε ναι. Θρητόμος. Έτοιμος. Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσταγμα. Τέκτον. Βρυτόμος. Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Βούλο. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Θηρευτής.
Ετοίμος. Έστω. Εις μάχην. Βούλ. Ναι. Έστω. Μάλ. Βούλ. Ναι. Μάλ. Έστω. Ναι. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα. Ναι. Έστω. Βούλο. Μάλ. Ναι. Έστω. Ναι. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα. Ναι. Έστω. Πρόσεχε. Βούλ. Άλλο εισβολή.
Πρόσταγμα.
Έτι. Βούλομαι. Ναι. Έστω. Τέκτον.
Λέγε πρόσταγμα. Λέγε.
Oh, some bullshit in that.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω. Βούλομαι. Μα ναι. Ετοίμος. Βούλομαι. Λέει πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Τέκτον. Βρυτόμος.
Ετοίμος. Λέγε. Ναι. Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμος.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Ναι. Λέγε. Πρόσεχε. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Βουφορβός.
Πρόσεχε. Βουφορβός.
Λέγε. Έστω. Ναι. Μάλιστα. Ναι. Έστω. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε τέκτον. Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσταγμα. Ναι. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Εις μάχη. Καλώς. Βούλω. Ναι. Μάλιστα. Βούλω. Έστω. Ναι. Βούλω. Μάλιστα. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι. Λέγε. Ετοίμος. Ναι.
Πρόσταγμα.
It's a long way to get over to there, but I think it's well worth it.
Ορθό. Πάνω. Έστω. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα.
Έτι μεταλλέ. Θρητόμος. Πρόσε. Βούλομαι. Τέκτον.
Ναι. Έστω. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα. Βουλάνι.
Λέει μεταλλεύς.
Λέει μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Ορθός. Λέει παν, πρόσταγμα, ορθός, πάνι.
Πρόσταγμα. Ναι. Θρητόμος.
Λέει ορθός, βούλομαι, ορθάν, ορθός. Λέγε.